Hello everyone, my name is Jimmy and welcome to The Last Lap. Today we got some exciting news for you guys. The next gen car is here and we are here to break it down for you guys. Before we hop into it though, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really does go a long way, it helps the channel grow. And you can catch us on Instagram and Twitter at The Last Lap News in between videos. We post some stuff on there throughout the week as well. That's all we're going to cover today. It's the next gen car. This is a special episode, so make sure you guys like it because this is going to be our third episode this week in the middle of finals week, so it's been hectic for us. But as always, Matthew is on the show, my friend and co-host. As we've said before, we're finishing up finals week, but how are you feeling about this next gen car? Just a brief thing. Like, are you excited for it? Is it helping you get through this school week a little faster, or how you doing?
Well, it's already been a long day with all this studying, but I was looking forward to next gen cars on top of that, and they didn't disappoint. I loved what I saw, especially the Mustang, so I cannot wait to talk about that one.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hop right into it. We're going to break it up into 3 different categories for you guys, just so we're not throwing all of this information at you and you're just like overwhelmed with information. But the first thing we're going to talk about is more like the specs of the car and the mechanical details of it. So I took some notes from the meeting. It was from 3 to 3:30, and they just like straight up the bat unveiled the next gen cars right away. Chase Elliott was driving the Chevy, Joey Logano drove the Ford, and Denny Hamlin drove the Toyota. They just kind of rolled them out, drove them out into the showroom so everybody could see them. That was kind of the big unveil. But getting into the mechanical aspect of it, they created the cars with better angles to prevent side force, or with side force. They have an independent suspension. The cars have 5 gears instead of 4 now. They have better brakes, larger brakes, and wheels as well. And the cars also have the 1 lug nut on the tires now. For me, I would say the thing that caught my attention most out of those, it will probably be the 5 gears instead of 4, because it'll be interesting to see how the drivers adjust to that and what their shift points will be and what gears they'll be in once they get fully up to speed. And for road courses, that'll be interesting as well, just adds another gear in it. So Matthew, what part of the mechanical aspect are you looking forward to the most? I know you're kind of a big mechanical guy, so what part of these is most standing out to you?
I mean, I do work on my car, but I haven't worked on anything like suspension wise or transmission wise. But yeah, it's definitely I like the part with the body that eliminates that side force. That was such a huge problem with the Gen 6 cars, is that side force, which really made it really hard to pass. So I'm glad that they took note of that, and that's definitely going to be a big improvement on the side-by-side racing wise. These components are definitely more built towards road course racing, which is definitely going to improve the road course racing a lot with these next gen cars by a lot. Like I saw in testing when they were on the road courses, that they were like a couple of seconds faster, like than any time with this current car. So this shows that this car is more built towards road courses basically. And on the larger brakes would definitely help with the short tracks, as well as, short tracks, there's a lot of braking that's involved. So I feel like that's going to help the short tracks as well with these larger brakes, as we've seen the brakes on the current cars and even like Gen 5 cars. Like the brakes were definitely really small, including the brake caliper. So it's nice to see a larger brakes with larger brake caliber as well with the rotor. So glad to see that.
Yeah, so now that we've talked about the mechanical side, we're going to look more into the physical appearance of the cars. So for those of you who don't know, Currently in NASCAR, they run the Cup Series. Wow, Cup Series. Yes, of course they run the Cup Series. The next gen cars for the Cup Series, dum dum. Anyways, in the Cup Series, they run Ford, Chevy, and Toyota. The Ford is the Mustang, the Chevy is the Camaro, and the Toyota is the Camry. I'm really looking forward to the day they hopefully bring the Supra to the Cup Series because it's in the Xfinity Series. Hopefully they do that sometime soon. I don't know why they haven't yet. Ford and Chevy both have the Mustang and Camaro in the Xfinity and the Cup Series, so come on Toyota, let's see the Supra in the Cup Series someday. Come on, please, let's go. But anyways, those are the 3 cars that were unveiled today. They were the design behind this next gen car is to have the cars look as much like the car that you would see out on the street as much as possible, and I think they nailed it with this. I think each of the 3 cars looks very similar to the one that you would see in the showroom. On the Mustang, I know they have hood vents on the car. I don't know if it might be on all 3 of them, but I know for sure the Mustang had it. They had the hood vents on it, and so for my dad has a 2015 Mustang, and it has those same kind of hood vents, so it was cool to see those on the Mustang. They have longer hoods and smaller deck lids, so the front of the car is longer, the back of the car is shorter. That's usually how most cars are built nowadays, especially the sports cars. They have a wider body, like especially on the Mustang. You can tell that like from the front of the car, you can tell that it's a lot wider than usual. So that's a bit of the physical appearance stuff. And these cars are supposed to be raced everywhere at every kind of track, whether it's a super speedway like Daytona or Talladega, a road course like Watkins Glen, COTA, the Roval, etc., short tracks, Martinsville, Richmond, Bristol, and even dirt. So it's nice that they have a car that is built that can be taken anywhere. The only changes they would have to make is probably with the horsepower and possibly the spoiler on the back of the car. So, Matthew, what's your reaction to the physical appearance of these race cars?
Well, I definitely fell in love with them when I first saw them roll out. I definitely love them so much. The only, I know the Gen 6 car tried their best with the, trying to get the, the front end looking like the actual car. But, I feel like the only brand that really did that well is the Camry. So when the Camry came out, it looked a little different, but almost looked similar. Because I feel like they did the best job with that on the Gen 6 car. But for the Mustang and Camaro, it's a total big difference. Like the Camaro front end looks like they took that front bumper out of the real Camaro and just put that on the next gen. I mean, definitely looks more realistic. But my favorite, it has to be the Mustang. And I know I'm a Mustang owner, so I sound biased here. But that car just looks so awesome. I mean, they even used the Shelby GT500 model on it. But the only thing I'll nitpick on is they should put the Shelby logo if you're going to put the Shelby body on it. You got to put the Shelby logo. You can't put the Mustang logo. I mean, I guess they're just trying to, get that Mustang brand out there because I don't know if a lot of people who don't know cars know about Shelby, so maybe that's why, but I kind of wish they put the Shelby on there. I think it would look much more awesome, but it still looks awesome regardless. The hood vents make it look cool. All 3 cars have the hood vents on there. The back end definitely looks much bigger, especially the Mustang again. Like the back end of the car just looks so big. I don't think drafting at the super speedways won't be a problem now. You got plenty of room in the back to push. But yeah, those 2 are especially a big difference in looks. The Camry still looks great regardless. But yeah, they did an outstanding job on the appearance. Definitely love the composite body. That's going to make a big difference with being a bang, and if you hit the walls just a little bit, it's not going to automatically ruin your day. Like Kyle Busch says on the radio when it hits the walls, like, it's over, it's killed. You won't have that problem with the composite bodies. I mean, those are durable to me, in my opinion. from what I've seen the Xfinity series using it. But the only thing I'm just nervous about is the spoiler and the package that they run. Please, no open throttle racing like we have with the 550 horse package now, when your foot's on the gas the whole time like a super speedway track. That's the only thing I'm nervous about. They didn't say anything about it today, but I'm sure they'll release something about it in the coming months. But I'm a little nervous about that part because they need to get the engine package just right, because that's how the racing's going to depend on, is this package. We've seen how it affects the Gen 6 cars. So we'll see how the package goes on these cars.
That is going to wrap it up for this episode of The Last Lap. As you guys could tell, I'm recording this outro the next day because of the sunlight, obviously, over here. But we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We wanted to bring this to you guys because the next-gen car is a big thing in the sport of NASCAR heading into next season, and we wanted to address it and just give our thoughts and opinions on it and share this with you guys. So if you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button. And you can also check us out on Instagram and Twitter, as I said earlier. Our next video is going to be coming out on Friday, and that is going to be our preview for Darlington Throwback Week. So maybe we can throw in some of our favorite throwback paint schemes in there. But that's going to wrap it up for this episode, and we will see you guys in the next one.